Hello, everybody, and welcome to your 15-minute writing workshop from Jesse Stong and Playwright's Workshop, Montreal. Hi, everybody in the the comments are busy today. Hello, Tyson. Hello, Daniel. Hello, Christine. Hello, Patricia. Hope I didn't miss anybody. I hope you're all back again feeling good. What a weekend I've had. I just hosted the Young Creators Unit Showcase. Is everything working okay? Let me know in the comments because it says there's a problem with my video. Any problem, let me know. Hi, Justin. We just presented the Young Creators Unit this weekend, so if you go on our YouTube page, if you look at the last two videos we posted, it's 2 nights of showcases of 5-minute excerpts from all the young creators that I support in our Young Creators Unit at Playwright's Workshop. And the work is amazing, and the work is so interesting and very weird, and I hosted it live, and you can watch it all. If you have 2 hours, check it out. Hi, everybody. Oh, everyone's here today. Oh, my gosh. Good for you. Well, that's where I want to start with, is saying good for you for supporting your work, for doing your work, for working hard. I just finished a big project on my own. And I actually had, because of the quarantine situation and because I have these 2 6-year-old twins here, I only get like little fragments of writing time every day. So I've been really practicing my own advice of just write a little bit a day and then sit on it and think about it all day. And I've had these really amazing like 50 days of writing for a bit in the morning and then leaving it all day and thinking about it. And really the work is so deep, and the thing I just submitted, I'm really proud of it. And I want to just say to you that that's the key, is like, don't overwrite yourself. Don't procrastinate and try to write it all in one weekend. You got to work it and rework it, give it a little bit of energy, and then move on. Ernest Hemingway said, do everything you can all day to not think about what you wrote in the morning, and then you return to it the next day ready to write again. He said it in a different way, but I'm not going to say what he said. We're finishing up the perfect monologue. Wasn't that the perfect monologue? I did it in 1 minute. And we're going to just take all your notes out. If you've done the last episode, 14 and 15, I want you to have all your notes in front of you, so pause and go get them. Those are your cheat sheets for today, because we're actually writing a monologue today. Maybe it won't be a good monologue. Maybe only 1 word of it's going to work. Maybe you're just going to discover something through doing it. It doesn't matter. This is not your final play. This is a data dump. It's an experience where you're going to dump a monologue out of yourself in 12 days. That sounded different than what I expected. So what I want you to do first is I want you on your sheets to just write this. I want you to try to do as much. Oh, let's see the fly cam really quickly. He's extra cute today. The twins are away today at the park, so we're back to the fly cam. He is alive. He's 17 years old. He's been chased by 6-year-olds all morning. He's tired. I want you to get a piece of paper in your book that you love, because you got a new notebook just for this piece, because you don't want a notebook full of all your notes and to-do lists. You want a beautiful butterfly book like mine. I want you to write down, where is it? I should use another camera. See this here? No, here. I want you to divide your page exactly like this. A is a little thing on the top. Oh, where is it here? A is the little thing on the top, just a bit of space. Give a big chunk for B. Give a little tiny space for C, and do a big chunk for D. So divide your page exactly like that. You don't have to write this stuff in the middle. Just divide your page exactly like that, so you can write A, B, C, D. And the thing we talked about last week, just to catch you up, if you can pause and watch the last 2 episodes, because then you'll be ready to go, but it doesn't matter. You can do this today. But we're talking about how there's a recipe to the perfect monologue. And every writer is different, every monologue is different, but there is generally a pattern that all monologues tend to follow, all the successful monologues. And some monologues skew that pattern, which is fine. If you want to play with art and abstract it, you have to be able to draw the face first, like Picasso, right? So the first thing is, every monologue has a thesis, a statement, or a question. If it didn't have a thesis, if there was no reason to psychologically dig, it would just be a line. It would not be a monologue. If I looked around the kitchen and I said, do I like my kitchen? Yes, I do. That's not a monologue. There's nothing to process, right? So everything has a thesis, a statement. It's either a question that's deepening and I'm trying to question and build more questions and lead to another question, or it's an answer that you're trying to put out there and you're trying to get it off your chest. You're trying to let it go. So try to think, what's my thesis of this monologue? And it usually helps by thinking, what's my thesis of the whole play? And what's this moment in response to that whole question, right? This is like an argument in an essay, right? So start thinking, what's my thesis? What is this moment asking? The next thing is it a push or a pull moment? Am I digesting something or ejecting something? And sometimes it's a bit of both. I was watching Chevy Chase in Family Vacation, and he always has these big monologues where he's like, finally going to tell everybody how much they suck and how the whole family sucks and how everyone's awful and they ruined his trip. And at the end of the monologue, he realizes, it happens in every vacation movie, wait a minute, I'm the jerk. I'm the problem. So by trying to get it off his chest, he actually internalizes, right? So it can be a bit of both, but start thinking about what's the energy of this monologue. I want to tell you about the hippocampus. The hippocampus is a part of your brain that stores memories. It's like the library cards are all here. So when you look for a book, where's that memory of my dog Max? The hippocampus says it's here, but it doesn't actually dig into the memory. It doesn't actually send electricity to the neuron that's holding the memory. So often we think we remember something when actually our brain is giving us a superficial card that says, yes, I have that memory. Whereas when you stop and think about it, when you let it digest, the electricity will fire on that neuron. You'll remember what Max smelled like. You'll remember how Max barked. You'll remember that time he ran away. These memories that are attached to other memories electrify and the details come out, right? So your job as a writer is to go past the superficial and dig deep, to send electricity to the memory, and that's what a monologue does. What I want you to start by doing is I want you to look at the C section that you just did. Oh no, I closed my page. There's a little section called the C section, and the C section is often in the monologue where the reason for the monologue is finally revealed, where we get to the meat and potatoes, where we get to the climax of the monologue. And so I want you to just try to, I'm going to give you 30 seconds to a minute. I'm going to give you a minute. See? The monologue, we start by asking questions. It's same with the well-made play. Those little questions lead to all these ideas and thoughts and memories and images and emotions that lead to like the big thesis, what I'm trying to say. And then we have the moment after where we like release the monologue, right? So I want you to write in the C section, try to write what is the statement that this monologue is dealing. Is it a question or a statement? Where is this monologue going? And if you don't know, just make it up. I'm going to give you 30 seconds. Even type your thesis into the comments in this 30 seconds if you already have it. 30 seconds. What do you think this monologue is going to say? Is it going to ask, is this character going to reach a question that deepens? Or is this character going to reach a statement that they're dying to say? And just take 30 seconds, type it in the comments if you can. If you don't know, make it up. That's what today's all about. It's a data dump. What's your thesis? What's the point of this monologue? Why are we here? Write it into that C section. 10 more seconds. I'm not seeing any in the comments. There we go. I guess I really enjoy sex. I like that. It's like, I like how it's like extreme, but at the same time, it's like, I guess. It's like, I really enjoy sex, I guess. It's something very counterintuitive. So you're writing into the C section, what is the point? And you don't have to write it perfectly. 5 more seconds. If you don't have one, just make it up. We're just playing today. Maybe you're going to get nothing from today. Sometimes that happens. The process of writing is the gift on its own. Okay, so now we're going to take it. This is something I want to show you. Or no, okay, well, we're going to take it to the B section, okay? And then I'm going to explain some of the connections. So for the B section, I want you to just write, I am not an accident. Oh, that's a good thesis statement. It's like, how do you get to that point? So for the B section, we did this before. I want you to look at your cheat sheets. You identified some emotions. You identified some images. You identified some memories that are related to this monologue, right? It's all about showing, not telling. You don't want to say, hi, I don't like this kitchen. It's not good. It makes me feel bad. I feel bad I'm leaving this kitchen. That's not the same as like, what is with this lamp? God, that lamp. Reminds me of my mother, that lamp. It's the worst lamp. I want to scratch it. It looks disgusting. It's brown and it's oak and it's horrible. I'm going to break it. Like, that's different. That's details, right? That's not a very good monologue today. I'm not on my best. So what I want you to do is I'm going to give you 1.5 minutes to 2 minutes. And you're looking at that question you just wrote down. Either that statement, I am not an accident, or that question, do I really enjoy sex? And you're going to try to just take one image or one memory or one emotion and just go with it for 2 minutes. Free write as fast as you can as the character's voice. Don't worry about what you're discovering. Don't worry about where it's going. You're just trying to be like, as if you're in the middle. It's a really good trick. Write as if you're in the middle of the monologue, because we spend so much time getting the perfect intro, the perfect outro. And often the intro and outro is like the worst part. Act like you're in the middle of the moment. You don't have to explain how you got here. You're just like blah, 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 talking about memories, images. Pick one and get specific, really flesh it out. Try to get like 5 or 6 sentences in 2 minutes. Write it in the B section of your paper. So how do I get to this question? Through memories, images, thing. Ready, set? I hope that's clear. If you have questions, put it in the comments. 2 minutes, go. I will get through this even if it kills me. What's an image that'll bring you to that? Do you want to go to a protest tonight? What are some things, some memories or emotions that could make that question come out like a powerful question? How do you get there, Madeline? It's good. Just free write, blah, blah, blah. Talk about it. One more minute. Just go. This is just rough fun. Write it like a monologue. "30 more seconds. Stick to one image. Give it one image. And try to just flesh that image out completely. How do you feel about it? What do you want to do with it? Where did it come from? Describe it." Keep going. You're almost done. 10 seconds. I'm setting up another thing for you here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, I wish I had a better setup here. So I'm going to show you something. I hope it works. How are you doing? You're holding up? So, why is it sideways? That's annoying. Okay. So, a monologue tends to push or pull. A monologue has, now it's upside down. Jesse, technical difficulties today. A monologue tends to push or to pull, to release or to process. And often there's a little intro to the monologue. We talked about this already, where we start asking little questions that hint towards the big question, or making little statements that hint towards the big statement. Want to know how I got these scars? My dad did it and blah, blah, blah. And when he did it, he said, "Why so serious?" Ha ha ha. That's the Joker monologue, right? So you always hint the thesis in the A section. You start the monologue with hints of the thesis. This is generally how every monologue works. The B section is when we either start releasing or processing. We start letting go of something through memories, images. This is where you get like the information. This is where you get the images. Or we start internalizing questions. To be or not to be, that is the question. Whether 'tis nobler in the mind to suffer the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune, or take arms against the sea of trouble, and by opposing end them, to die, to dream no more. Aye, there's the pull, right? And so it doesn't really matter. Like if you're doing a push monologue, then you start pushing and then you realize something, you get it off your chest. And then the D section is kind of wrapping it back up, bringing the image home, bringing the idea home. Every well-made play is the same way. And it's because it's a psychological process. It's like, I'm going to come back to me now. This is annoying. We need the monologue as it mimics a psychological process. If I look around my room and I say, I don't like this kitchen. That's the start of it. Why don't I like this kitchen? Let me process it. The green and the things and the paintings, and it's just too bright, and it makes me feel like I'm not in control of my life. My kitchen's actually beautiful and white, by the way. And then it's like, that's it. I'm not in control of my life. I arrived to the thesis. Now I need to go to how do I bring that home? So what I want you to do right now, you have 1 more minute. Oh God, I went overtime today talking so much. I want you to bring home what you just wrote about in the B section in the D section. So you thought of some little questions that started you off on a memory, on an image, on something that's processing. It arrives to the thesis. This is why I processed it. Now I want you to do section D. How do you end a monologue powerfully? You look at what's in section B. What image did you use? What metaphor did you use? And you bring it home. Section B is hints towards section D. So now take that image and kill it, finish it, break it, hug it, embrace it, eat it. We did this before, but I want you to do it now for 1 minute. Take whatever image or metaphor you just wrote about, finish it powerfully. Now you know something you didn't know before in the B section. You realize something in the C section. So how do you finish that metaphor well? How do you finish that memory? How do you reprocess it in a way that summarizes it and finishes it? I'm going to give you 1 minute. We're over time today. I don't care. Do it. 1 minute. Finish it. Kill it. Talk so much today. What is solidarity about? So what brought you to that question? And then you ask that question, what is solidarity about? How do you finish it? What have I realized? Or what more do I want to know? Is it always a question in A? Oh, Tyson wants to know. No, the A section is always either, it's like a statement or a question. And it's not necessarily like that obvious, but whatever starts the monologue is hinting towards the thesis. You don't start the monologue with the thesis. If I started the monologue with to die, to dream, no more. Ah, there's the pull. Then it's just one line. It's not a monologue. I start it with to be or not to be. Is that the question? Let me think about it a bit. So I want to give you 30 more seconds. How do you kill it? Even write point form notes. And maybe you end up embracing it in the end. Maybe you don't have to push it away or destroy it. Maybe you eat it or swallow it. Physically, metaphysically. 10 more seconds. So I got a bit rushed today because I talked too much. What else is new? That's part of the live stream. But I want you to try to really think about this structure. And if you're going to break this structure, I want you to just like know that you're breaking it. If your whole monologue is all thesis or all introduction or all post thesis, that's okay. But you have to kind of know how you got there. And generally the spacing is generally how monologues work. And I know people are going to hate this and say that's not true, but look at every successful monologue. There's a little intro off the top. Why do I hate this kitchen? There's a B section. Well, there's the plants, there's the details, there's the images, there's the memories. You open up the metaphor and you find a central metaphor. You don't want to give everything. That central metaphor or image, that electricity and brain thought leads to a new conclusion, a thesis, a new question or a new statement or a new way of looking at something. And then you bring the monologue home. You return to the image here. If this monologue is about my mom's cooking, I say, God, that smell reminds me of something. Oh, it reminds me of my mom's cooking. Her potatoes, her mashed potatoes, her food. Oh, actually, she always burned everything. She was a terrible cook. I should call her. You know what I mean? What do I get from that? I was thinking, okay, that's all I'm going to say for today. So that was a bit of a long-winded one, but go through all 3 of those monologues one more time so that when you get back to this video one more time, you are like ready to roll. You're ready to just write. I'm going to see you all on Friday. You're all doing amazing, I hope. Please support the Frontline Fund. It's a very important charity. Please like, subscribe, show you care with a share. And keep writing, keep believing in your work, and keep taking breaks. Don't just write nonstop. Write a little bit and leave yourself wanting more. I hope you all have a beautiful day. I hope you're writing beautiful monologues. Put your monologues in the comments. It'd be really cool to read some of them. Thank you all so much. I'll talk to you all.